Man, that's so cool. Hey Lego, if you can you please make a third-party version for the Switch as well? Because I would love to play the Switch with the Lego Joy-Con controllers. That would be very, very cool. Alright, I've got 2 fan questions, so let's get into them right then now. You know, that's something I've discovered myself as well. You see, while some video games could be real, some of them could be fakes, and others could be bootleg craps. Like, for example, the games, they both look real, but some of them work while others don't. Like, I'm seeing comments right here on this video called Real versus Fake, which one should you buy? And people are saying, I personally don't buy repos, as I like to trade up my Pokemon newer gens after each playthrough. I refuse to pay over $50+ on a game that's almost 15 years old, especially when I used to own it and paid less for a brand new one back in the day. My original Platinum cartridge became unreadable a couple of years ago, and I just replaced it with a 5 bootleg one off of AliExpress, and it works just fine. I would highly recommend anyone else the same. Those eBay prices are not justifiable. And it's confusing, true, some of them could be fake or real. Like, for example, this one looks less expensive than me. You know, after seeing that video, it looks normal to me. Like, I don't see anything whatsoever. However, sometimes, in my opinion, those fake game cartridges, sometimes the fakes could, have major problems. Like, people's copies of the game could be crashed, broken, destroyed, or anything else. And it's some issue, I'm surprised Nintendo, couldn't even do, sure, they're on the internet always, but they can't, be on the internet, because I have a feeling, it's probably a screwed up bot they have that's probably screwed up or something, but yeah. But in my opinion of those fake games, I can't even tell, if it could be a problem, it could work fine, or it could not work at all, but it's something Nintendo should definitely look at, yeah. To be completely honest and truthful, I would say the best option for Nintendo is to just, stop people from buying the fake versions and buy the real versions, whether they're expensive or not. As for right now, they're not that expensive, thankfully. So yeah, as for me, when I shop on eBay, I make sure, the positive feedback is very, very positive. As a Nintendo fan of my own, I always look through reviews of it just to make sure it's perfect. Not it's perfect and I'm buying immediately. I have to make sure it's actually good. I guess you guys know what I mean. Hey Nate, one more thing. Since you found the right YouTube channel, and since we've met on Penguin Zero's video, believe me, since you subscribed to me, and I subscribe to you, you're gonna love my channel big time. Oh, and there's something I want you to check out as well, and don't worry, there is hope. As for right now, I'm taking a break from the defense of Nintendo topic, at least until something else big happens. But as for right now, I'm just talking about fan stuff. Alright, on to the next question. Yes, as a YouTuber that joined back in 2011 and still getting used to YouTube, I have seen a ton of bootlegs like that, and yes, I do know what they are. Samari. So basically, Samari is basically a clone ripoff of the original Sonic the Hedgehog, but replace Sonic with Mario and you're all set to go. Not gonna lie, that is actually pretty hilarious. So yeah, I've heard about these cheesy bootlegs, and they're pretty hilarious if you ask me, and also pretty cool. So yeah, you can play as Mario instead of Sonic. Bam. And also it's on the NES as well, which is actually pretty impressive, considering that bootlegs are now a thing, and I'm surprised Nintendo and Sega allow those. And yeah. But of course, that's not the only bootleg, you know. Yeah. I think you guys already know what Granddad is if you've been on the internet too much. Basically, he's from a Flintstones bootleg, and I'm surprised that he's become popular. Flintstones? Very impressive. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next part. Alright, on to a reaction.
I trusted you, Tommy. I would have had you made. Say goodnight, Mr. Diaz.
Yeah, after seeing a lot of people hate on this game and hearing everything about it, I basically know everything now. Alright, before I even see the reaction, there's this one question by Mr. Rage himself asking me what do I think of the GTA trilogy. I've already made a video about it, but oh man, there's a lot more I would like to ask about this game. Now, originally, when I saw this video, or when I originally saw the screenshots and trailers and all the other videos, I was actually thinking this would be pretty exciting, but we all know that didn't end well. After seeing the reviews for this game, I was originally about to get this game for my Switch, but sadly, the reviews were bad. I mean, the character models do look pretty good. Not all of them, don't get me wrong, but as for something that was made from the ground up, what they basically did is take the original game, replace the old school low poly models, and replace them with the high poly models. Similar to how, like, the fans did with Mario 64's PC port. Like, take the original, replace the low poly renders with the Render 96 model. I love this one. I love this model better than this model. Well, yes, the GTA trilogy does look... Well, the original, not the remake one. The original one had some physics of its own, and I'm seeing people compare the original one to the definitive one, and some people are saying the original one's better, because you want to know why? I want to show you some video evidence. Yes, one of my awesome favorite YouTubers. I can't pronounce the name, but I want to show you a comparison, and he does have a good point. So, when he made the video comparing both the GTA original and definitive, you could see how the original looked very smooth and how CJ's muscular is very, like, perfect the way it is. And you see how in the definitive version, it almost looks like half his bones are missing. In the original version, CJ was aiming perfectly, and this is how you actually shoot a gun in real life. As for right now, it looks like he's sticking his butt out. Oof. Oof. Oh man. In the original, CJ's spine is perfectly normal. In the definitive version, CJ's spine looks like he's a hunchback. Whenever CJ falls, his arms are completely normal and realistic in the original. In the definitive version, his arms are very skinny. Here's him vomiting some barf, and here's him what he looks like eating the other barf. Out of his eyes. Tang. Sure, Rockstar is trying their absolute hardest to fix up the game, but some of these patches, some of them are working while some of them are. And that video that the guy just made was actually a new one. And we can, like, as for the looks of it, we can safely say, like, the definitive version is basically just like Mario 64 PC port, like, replace the little poly models with the actual model, with newer models that look cartoonish, and put the rest in the original game. So it's basically like a fan modded a game from the ground up, or basically like that. Well, it's actually not made from the ground up. Basically, what the developers did was take the original, keep the original, and replace it all with these assets. So yeah, I can definitely see why people are frustrated with this remake, and I can't say I blame them. Like, if you want a real trilogy remake, this is what it would look like. Holy crap, CJ looks beautiful. Alright, on to the next game. Alright, everything's good. So, this next one is going to be a reaction requested by... Give me a second. This one is requested by... Hang on. Hyper Hedgehog. So, Hyper Hedgehog told me to react to this video called Farewell Sonic Forever. And I think this, like, takes place between the Forces days and the other stuff. So, here goes nothing. Alright. Oh boy. Sorry, my hands are cold. Also what? Understood.
It's the year 2005, or maybe 2006, I'm beginning to lose track. I had met a very close friend, one who happened to be into video games. Video games? The only games like that which I've played are like arcade games. Well, what kind of video games are you playing? Oh my god, who is that? What is he doing to the Golden Gate Bridge? Who is this guy? What is this music? Oh. This event completely redirected the course of my life.
Yo.
I'd never seen anything remotely like Sonic Adventure 2 before. It felt so amazing to blitz through City Escape. I loved seeing these really cool characters do all sorts of shit in a story that I couldn't imagine being told in a game. The music was something I bet my mom really didn't like me listening to. And oh, the Chow. The Chow were so cute. I'd literally go over to my friend's house just so we could spend all day raising our Chow, finding all sorts of secrets, reading all kinds of rumors online, occasionally creepy fake ones. Like that, I was hooked. And then my birthday rolled around, where I was greeted with this. Yeah, it was at that point that I realized Mario was a little bigger than that Super Mario Bros. Game I recalled playing. But with that, I also realized that there was more to Sonic than Sonic Adventure 2, because I played the Sonic Mega Collection, and what is this? This is nothing like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Where's Tails? This is really weird. That's what I thought at the time, but then I kept playing all these classic games and really loved them. I'll never forget the awesome feeling of finally teaming up with Knuckles. I'll never forget how much I felt like a sneaky hacker by inputting level select and debug codes. It was great to see how the Sonic I loved truly began. But it didn't stop there. I got Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut, and this was more my speed. Fluid 3D controls, amazing character themes, a kind of chilling narrative, especially for someone my age, and yes, even the Chow Garden was still a thing. I loved it then, and while its problems are more apparent to me now, I still cannot let go of the respect I have for everything that game does right. I just loved those adventure games so much because they felt like they were going all out to create an incredibly fun experience for you to spend hours upon hours with. And then I played this brand new Sonic Heroes and, well, yeah, it was definitely not as good as my Golden Boy Sonic Adventure 2, but it was still really fun. Really felt like Sonic. Colorful characters doing badass shit, stellar music, exciting gameplay, memorable locations. All this applies to the Sonic Advance games too. By this point, you could say that Sonic set a standard for what I enjoy about video games. Not to say that it's gotta be something exactly like the adventure era, but I love ambition, I love style, I love character, I love when games are genuine in their attempt to entice the player. It seems like a no-brainer. Yes, I like when games stand out, but really, plenty of other franchises I got into at the time could only be that way because of the impact they had on minds young and old. But then comes the era of Sonic which plenty of older fans and critics have ripped to shreds. And I must emphasize this, time period known to most of the general public as the Dark Age of Sonic. And I'm sure many people who watch this video will feel the same when I say that my little self couldn't really detect anything distinctly wrong with this time period. When you're like 10 and you see Sonic 06, that's basically your Sonic Adventure 3. Shadow the Hedgehog, oh my god, Shadow's got guns and the characters are swearing. Oh, this must be for the big kids. Sonic is a werehog now. Oh, well that's really interesting. I can't wait to see wait, people don't like Sonic?
Oh, shit.
Oh, I see. Yes, of course. I know now that Sonic 06 was a huge disaster. Secret Rings is dog shit. Shadow the Hedgehog jumped the gun and ruined the direction of the Sonic franchise as if Sonic Adventure 2 hadn't already. Why is Sonic a werewolf? That's stupid. And he's carrying around a sword now? When will it end? A hoverboard? Really? What, is Mario gonna run around with a water pump now? Oh, but thank God, Sonic 4, Sonic's True Return, yes! Sonic Colors, a simple game with power-ups and good levels, no shitty gimmicks, no terrible friend gameplay. Okay, Sonic Generations. Oh my god. Sonic is back. Sonic is back! At least that's what everyone else thinks, so surely it must be true. my age went through. It's really how a lot of us learned about what Sonic meant to older fans and why maybe the games we liked were allegedly a betrayal to what they enjoyed. I mean, because they're older, smarter, and clearly know what they're talking about if they're making popular reviews or commentaries about these topics. Well, fuck, what do I know, right? But I think people know a lot more than they're willing to say, and eventually I came to believe that it's wrong just to parrot other people's opinions when deep down, I surely don't agree with all of them. Yes, it's good to have an understanding and maybe evaluate your own enjoyment of a game once you hear about elements it may do better or worse than you originally thought, but am I really bent up over Sonic holding a sword? No. Do I really think it's inherently wrong for them to try and tell a dramatic story with a wide array of characters? Clearly, I think the opposite. Do I think Sonic Unleashed is a terrible game? Absolutely not. But at the same time, I don't regard Shadow and 06 as good games. I think they have a ton of problems that make them unenjoyable games to play and bad stories to watch. Problems you've all heard before. I do think that the controls of Secret Rings kill an otherwise fun and unique experience. Sonic Chronicles is definitely not a game I want to play again. But I think it's important to know that while this era is called the Dark Age of Sonic because of how much of a punching bag the franchise became, that doesn't define everyone's experience with it. Which leads us to current issues. After Sonic Generations, Sega released Sonic Lost World and the Sonic Boom sub-franchise. And if any of you have been following me from the very beginning, or even if you've seen me before I really began this channel, you'll know that I used to be a lot more positive about Sonic. You can gradually see that my shining optimism for my favorite series would decline. Sonic Lost World, okay, well, it's just one game. It didn't have to be exactly what everybody wanted, right? I mean, hey, it's not
Sonic
06, right? Sonic Boom, it's just a side project. It's fine. Sonic Team's now taking a break as people wanted. They're making their big new game, and wait, no, we just had Generations and 4, and well, now that I think about it, Lost World had a lot of classic imagery as well. Can we please not do that? Of course, y'all know how that story went. But even beyond that, my opinion would continue to sour. Mania and Forces finally release. Mania is heralded as the second coming of Christ, and Sonic Forces is an immeasurable disappointment. By this point, I'm just in disbelief. The now publicly enforced best Sonic game ever is, well, yeah, it's a really great game, but almost entirely on the merit that it was able to emulate raw competence present in 1994. And when I say that, I don't just mean the gameplay, I mean most of the actual content as well. That's cool and all, but Generations already fulfilled that purpose to me. In fact, it celebrates the entire franchise, not just the era the folks at Game Informer want to remember. This concept, while executed remarkably, is basically everything I wanted the 25th anniversary title not to be. You know, aside from being a poorly done game. So of course, they had to go ahead and throw that at me too. Sonic Forces was the game I optimistically waited through that entire Boom mini era for, and it literally is a 2 to 3 hour long game that I cannot stop thinking about because it just burned me that hard, and it's already been 2 years. So then, what's happened in those 2 years? Nothing. Here we go, buddy. I'm warning you right now. If you enjoyed those adventure-era videos for their positive outlook, prepare to experience a bit of emotional whiplash, because you want to know what that secondary reason was for me initiating this whole thing? That reason is the fact that I fucking hate everything this franchise now represents. Really. Like, no joke. This is it. I cannot stand this current Sonic the Hedgehog any longer. There's no paddling around it. There's no sunshine and rainbows. No, I'm done. I'm sick of that shit. And I know that sounds so harsh. I know many of you will run up to me with, oh, but Sonic Mania, and I just don't want to hear it. Sonic Mania is the exception to the rule. It was a very nice game, but it comes at a price. Here's my beef. Until Sonic Mania, Sega hasn't been able to follow up on the success Sonic had by the time of Generations. Sonic as a whole was just more mediocrity for about 6 years. And while Sonic Mania was the next great game in line, the truth of the matter is that in the grander scheme, it was always a side project developed by a much smaller team to appeal to a very specific demographic. A good backup plan, you could say. If 2017 happened without Sonic Mania, as it originally would have, I have no idea where this franchise would be, because they've been using Mania as a crutch ever since. And like I've said before, I have a very big problem with the reliance on a game founded upon nostalgia. Not just Sega banking on it, but fans too, completely forgetting that even the Sonic Team game, Sonic Generations, didn't guarantee a positive future for this franchise either. Why ROM hack, if it weren't official, will do anything different in the long term? Of course, nobody can really be certain of anything. So anyway, in 2018, what did we get? Mania DLC, Mania physical release, and YouTube shorts based on Sonic Mania. I'll get back to those in a bit. You know what else we were given at the Future of Sonic panel during 2018? Certainly not a plan or roadmap of where we want this series to go after getting a feel in 2017. No, we get a teaser for a racing game that's supposed to be coming out that year. No gameplay able to be shown. And hey, wouldn't you know it, the game goes without a real release date until they eventually announce a delay at the butt end of 2018. Boy, I don't know about you guys, but I think Sega's come a long way from Sonic 06. They're finally listening to the fans and delaying the game, just as they delayed Fire and Ice an entire year to really make that game the best it could be. Delayed Mania to ensure that no... and how they released Sonic Forces in 2017, past the series anniversary in 2016, for quality assurance. Guess Sega's learned their lesson. Yep. And the game was completely forgotten about, partially due to the launch of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, but from what I've seen, maybe people weren't too enthralled with racing on 7 zones, 3 of which are recycled from the Sega All-Stars racing games, or graphics and assets that look rather budgeted by comparison to current and old competition, or glitches that can ruin your racing experience, or matchmaking that led my friends to quit playing after less than a week. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd suspect that maybe the game wasn't really delayed at all and was never intended to come out in 2018, but that'd be cynical to think. So basically, after all the buzz in 2017, we haven't seen a whole lot of promise come out of Sonic since then. We had a second year, quite soon after 2015, in which no new games released, and a year which had a release that went out like a wet fart. Don't even begin with that quality over quantity shit. Do I want yearly major Sonic releases? No, I don't. But unlike the main entries of other franchises, Sonic has now proven that they can take all the time in the world and still produce a rushed and unsatisfying product. So instead of quality, I don't even get quantity. I get neither. Why must I be so resentful? Why do I not trust them after they followed up on the questionable Sonic Lost World with Sonic Forces 4 years later? I think I just answered my own question. And that's the thing, guys. There's been absolutely no sign of potential improvement in the future. When they're now trying to hype us up for 2021, the next anniversary, what the hell am I supposed to think after the last one? And moreover, we're already discussing the next anniversary because there are no games anymore. Nothing happening. And this would be good if there was a distinguishable change in attitude or priorities, but instead, we're seemingly looking at a 5-year gap filled with, and oh yes, I'm going here, memes. Ooh, it's just the social media accounts trying to have fun. I guess you hate fun now. No, I don't hate fun. Why would I hate fun? I like fun. I had fun. My favorite Sonic game, the dark and serious one, has this in it. The hell I don't like fun, you kidding me? I like the Sonic series because it was fun, but I also liked it because it had integrity and respect for itself and the audience. And while you may argue that it's just the social media trying to liven things up while the games go about their own direction, I don't see it that way at all. Not anymore. Why? This is why.
Okay, you're about.
Tell you what, how about I challenge you to a race to see who's the best?
I'm just gonna skip to the end because I can't. Yeah, I
Got
can't.
out and said the many great things this game has accomplished, be it the wholesome, world-trotting atmosphere, the beautiful visuals, stellar music, intense levels of speed, or the less heavy but still really heartfelt story. Not my ideal game, but holy cow, it was still a really epic experience that tried to evoke appeal in Sonic. Even after this era I've discussed where Sonic used to have all kinds of games I really enjoy, there was always something going on, something bold in the Sonic franchise, and I'll always respect that, even if I think there was a problem with consistent quality control. But now it's all gone. All that stuff is gone. They made this really beloved tribute to the entire franchise in 2011, and that's basically it. After that, they doubled down on this idea that Sonic should just be kids' fodder platformers. Nothing more. Sonic doesn't need to have stories. Sonic characters shouldn't be pretending they're all cool. Sonic shouldn't try to have this mechanical depth to it. We just want to jump around on robots and make jokes. Well, make a joke they did. The Sonic franchise at the time of this video is carried hard. Carried by Sonic Mania, a game which emulates a time period where a game like it would be AAA stuff, and carried by social media relevance. Guy clues me into just how dated this will all be in the future and how much time was wasted. The one thing I still have in Sonic, the one thing I think they still have some level of pride in that I agree with, is some really good music, but not even the ambitious productions I had before. And if that's all I got too, then this is it. You're all free to love what you currently love about the Blue Blur, but this is where I just have to stop buying these games and stop calling myself a fan of a series. Much like Pokemon, I'll always care. I used to love collecting the games and trying them out to get an educated opinion on them, but I don't support this. All have to do with some meta concept that only has some kind of abstract meaning in the real world and no significant strong point of its own. In being self-aware, I think Sonic has become the least self-aware it could be, continuing to launch desperate attempts for publicity and recognition without realizing the things that made Sonic Sonic. I guess this is how a lot of those really retro, old-school Sonic fans may have felt when the 3D stuff hit, but unlike a lot of them, I'll make a distinction. I'm not a fan of modern Sonic. I'm not a fan of classic Sonic. I'm a fan of Sonic, an entity whose spirit began in 1991 and died in the 2010s upon lack of care, appreciation, and recognition. And that's the reason I decided to have one final homage. Now, am I done talking about Sonic forever? Probably not. I'm sure one day they'll do something that piques my interest, but that day doesn't really seem near. Even the rumor...
Sorry I have to end this early, but, sorry I have to end this. My recording has limits, and yeah. After watching this whole Sonic franchises, I'm gonna say it right now, I can definitely see why Nintendo hates their community, and some of their fans, I'm alright with Nintendo doing what they're doing. I'll talk more about this when I get off camera, so give me a... So, once again, sorry that I can't watch the entire video, because mainly this video is about fan requests, but yeah. I just want to apologize that I can't watch the entire thing, but yeah. But we all get the point. I'm gonna say the truth right here and right now, and I don't care what anyone says. I can definitely see why Nintendo ignores their community. True, their community could be good, do not get me wrong, but sometimes they can be a pain in the ass themselves and too stupid to even remember horse shit. I'm sorry, but it's true. People that are saying that Nintendo Switch sucks are just Nintendo haters who don't even play Nintendo games and come up with a lot of fake, false excuses. I'm sorry, but it's true. Nowadays, everyone is absolutely sick of the hate. Look right here. I've seen real comments out here. People that are absolutely sick of the Nintendo hate, and nowadays, everyone is just moving on. And to that, they have a good point. And yeah, I could definitely see why. But yeah, if Nintendo does listen to their community, then even if Nintendo does take that fan path, it would be good for the fans, but Nintendo themselves would be screwed up from the get-go. But yeah, I can definitely see why, but I'm alright with Nintendo working on their own and just the way they are. Alright, back to Sonic. Now, I am no Herman Smith or some lousy Nintendo fan that bashes on other developers, but I absolutely love Sonic the Hedgehog. I love him in the very bottom of my heart as a second favorite video game character. I absolutely love him, don't get me wrong. But the one thing that's annoying and a pain in the ass are their fans. Truthfully, the franchise is not just... Truthfully, the fans aren't making the franchise even better, but they're just making it, worse. There are fan arguments, one Sonic game's better than the other and everything. The one thing Sega needs to learn is to just save themselves and do their own thing. Back in the day, before we even had the internet or the Mediaverse or anything like that, Sega was doing their own thing. own Sonic games, their own styles, everything, you name it. Everything was perfectly good back in the day before this fandom became slaughter. And yeah, what Sonic do I love, in my opinion? Well, for me, the Sonic I love is the modern one, just like that dude was saying, and Brawl Sonic. For me, Brawl Sonic is my favorite definitive Sonic model ever. Like, I'm surprised no one even talks about this model. Like, this is my favorite Sonic model, so yeah. But hold on, back to the topic. Like, I love Sonic the Hedgehog, but its fans need to learn to be more respectful to other respectful fans and other stuff. Now, as for the Sonic haters themselves, am I defending them? I would say no, because here's the thing. True, Sonic has had a rough road, but we are, as a respectful YouTuber myself, we don't bash on other fandoms. Like, we only bash on Toxic One, but we don't take down fandoms. Like, some of the Sonic fans are really respectful, and whenever people use this video against them, they feel, like, very sad and uncomfortable. Especially the ones that are using Sonic 06 against them. Like, the thing is, there are fans out there, real life respectful fans, that are respectful to other people. We don't decide to bash on them for liking Sonic the Hedgehog. They like other stuff as well. But using a old school 2006 game against them in the bad Sonic games needs to stop. I myself do absolutely love Sonic the Hedgehog, but most of its fandom needs to touch grass and stop treating others like crap. Well, true, the fandom's already dead. But for me, I'm a respectful Nintendo fan, Sonic fan, and even Crash Bandicoot fan. I doubt Crash's fandom's growing up as well, but yeah. But here's the thing. I will agree with the whole Sonic issue part, but what Sega needs to do is, like, save themselves and get their crap together. The only one hope I can hope for is seeing this new Sonic game look very promising to have a bunch of potential. And yeah. Like, one thing is, will this game be good? And here's my response. I really, really hope so, because if it doesn't, then we're all going to look like burnout toaster oven. But I wouldn't get my disappointments up just yet. I know for some fact that this game's going to have some hope and potential. But yeah. But hey, I'll take the whole Sonic defense in another video. Hope you guys loved this video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. One more thing, I am doing a project called Nintendo vs. Sega Aftermath, which will explain about the truths and defenses of the companies. And yes, this is going to be part of the... I am still working on future projects and other stuff, but those aren't going to come out until like a few months or decades, because I'm still working on those films, and yeah. As for other animation projects, I'm still working on them. So other than that, hope you guys loved this video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So peace out.